One of the things with you, which I totally love, with not only Brahms but with everything we have done together, is that somehow, with all the knowledge of tradition, which I know clearly, I can hear that you have it, but you somehow managed to make it totally convincingly your own. I remember that with Sibelius violin concerto. I remember, of course, with Britten and many other things we've done. But it is very hard, I suppose, to get away from this iconic influences of, let's say, Oistrakh or Heifetz or Milstein or these big people. And so I guess you need to have enough personal somehow confidence to say, look, no, I'm going to do it the way I think it needs to be done, even though your teachers maybe might have told you something differently.
Well, I mean, I guess that goes for so many, well, all pieces and all music. I mean, one needs to find one's own voice and one's own conviction. And but of course, one listens to all these recordings, and I mean, everybody has recorded the Brahms concerto or Beethoven or all these pieces. So, of course, it's great to take all of that in, but then one has to, and that is, I mean, that is a lifetime journey. Also, one finds more and more one's voice. I have a favorite moment.
Yes.
Guess my favorite moment.
What is your favorite when it's finished?
No, I have a very favorite moment, and that is after the cadenza in the first movement. I think that is a completely magical moment with this chromatic,
exactly.
with the bassoon and the strings. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Yes.
And there's a story about this, but I don't know if this is true, because of course Joseph Joachim, I play his cadenza also, but in the concert when he played it, people were so excited about the cadenza that they started clapping at that moment, and it's like Brahms was very annoyed. For me, it just feels, at that moment you don't want to breathe even. So I cannot imagine also people would, start coughing because the orchestra is playing again. If that happens, I feel I have done something wrong, because the tension to that moment, it is just suddenly, and it goes further and further from that in that chromatic.
But sometimes it is like this, that if it's unbearable to take this, and
and
sometimes people, it also depends. Maybe it is somehow so intense that people just can't hold it.
Gets uncomfortable.
Yeah, and also what's interesting is that all these magic moments in this movement always include bassoon, in this piece. The way it starts, this particular, there is some kind of real connection with the timbre, the kind of a special sort of velvety type of register of bassoon. That's interesting.
Very human,
but it's of course
and warm,
incredibly complicated and difficult to play, because he knows and he has to come back.
Exactly.
Start this, and I can see sometimes in the eyes of the bassonists, it's like they're getting.
Oh no, but he plays it so
perfectly.
Yeah.
Also, the beginning of the piece, the same thing, just starting.
Something so simple, but so
It's hard to do.
What is your favorite moment?
I have a couple of favorite moments, but there's when it gets into this. Somehow you have this all of us for a very short second there. Brahms kind of shows this somehow warmth and generosity, and then it gets into this sort of typical Brahmsian structural thing. But there is moments where he just opens up a little bit. That's beautiful. There's so many beautiful.
I mean, it's impossible to say a favorite moment, of course. Yeah, that's true.